Hello, my name is Adam Dunn. I'm a school teacher living in India, offering low-cost online tuition for the New Irish Project Maths, Leaving Certificate and Junior Certificate syllabuses. Today I'm going to talk about exponential and log functions. Exponential functions are of the form y equals a to the power of x, where a is a constant. We will consider first of all the case where a is greater than 1. The first thing we note is for x equal to 0, a to the 0 equals 1. So x equals 0 and y equals 1 is a point on all these curves. So as you can see, 0, 1 is on all these curves. Next, consider x equal to 1. The point 1, a to the 1 is on all curves. So for 2 to the x, the point 1, 2 to the 1, and for e to the x, the point 1, e to the 1, and for 10 to the x, the point 1, 10 to the 1. So these are the 3 points for the 3 curves, remembering again that 0, 1 is on all the curves. Now let's look at the 3 curves, y equals 2 to the x, y equals e to the x, and y equals 10 to the x. These are the 3 curves here, and as you can see, the 3 curves go through the 3 specified points, and they all go through 0, 1. Now let's look at an animation where we vary a. A is 2, A is 3, A is 4, A is 5, A is 6, A is 7, A is 8, A is 9, and A is 10. Now let's consider the case where a is between 0 and 1. Supposing a is a half. A half to the power of x is the same as 2 to the power of minus x. So we consider functions of the form b to the power of minus x. And minus 1b is on all curves. So for y equals 2 to the minus x, minus 1, 2 to the 1 is on the curve. So for y equals e to the minus x, minus 1 e to the 1 is on the curve. And for y equals 10 to the minus x, minus 1 10 to the 1 is on the curve. So these are these 3 extra points on the curve y equals b to the minus x. Again, 0, 1 is on all curves. So these are our 3 curves. Y equals 2 to the minus x, y equals e to the minus x, and y equals 10 to the minus x. And these are our 3 curves. As you can see, they go through the 3 specified points, and they all go through 0, 1. Now let's compare the curves of y equals b to the minus x with y equals a to the x earlier. That is the red and the blue curves. So these are 10 to the minus x and 10 to the x, e to the minus x and e to the x, and 2 to the minus x and 2 to the x. Now let's look at an animation of y equals b to the minus x. B is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Now let's consider the log function. If y equals a to the x, that is another way of saying that x is log y to the base a. So y equals a to the x and y equals log x to the base a are inverse functions of each other. And we've already seen that a to the power of 0 is 1, and in log terms that means that 0 is log 1 to the base a. So that means that 1, 0 is a point on all the log curves. a to the power of 1 is a. That means that 1 is log a to the base a. That means that for log x to the base 2, 1 is on the curve. For log x to the base e, 1 is on the curve. And for log x to the base 10, 1 is on the curve. So these are our 3 points for the 3 different log functions. Now let's consider the log functions log x to the base 2, log x to the base e, and log x to the base 10. There are 3 log curves drawn here. As you can see, they go through the specified points and they all go through the point 1, 0. Now for the function y equals 2 to the x, we know the inverse function is log x to the base 2. For y equals e to the x, the inverse function is log x to the base e. And for y equals 10 to the x, the inverse function is log x to the base 10. So let's look at the functions and their inverses on the same graph. Because the functions are inverses of each other, they are reflections in the line y equals x. So y equals 2 to the x is the reflection of y equals log x to the base 2. Y equals e to the x is the reflection of y equals log x to the base e. And y equals 10 to the x is the reflection of y equals log x to the base 10. Now let's look at an animation of y equals log x to the base a. A is 2, A is 3, A is 4, A is 5, A is 6, A is 7, A is 8, A is 9, and A is 10. And you can see the graph varying. As I say, I'm a school teacher living in India. Because labour costs are so low, I'm able to offer a one-to-one online tuition service at the rate of €15 per hour, with a free half-hour's introductory session to see if you're comfortable with my approach. Check out my website for details and email me if you're interested.